What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, back with another video on my beautiful V4S Corse. You can see it has a stock exhaust now, stock exhaust with V4R headers. So this is actually interesting. It should be making more power because the V4R headers are better than the V4S headers, but they're a little different. But yeah, we put it back to stock. I think it's loud enough as is, since it's a rental bike. And as you guys saw probably from a previous video, we took the Acro full system and we put it on my V4R. I had that Acro system on my V4S, the full carbon one, back then, and it was kind of like too quiet for me. I wasn't like a big fan of it. When I got my V4R, I wanted the loudest exhaust, and that was, ooh, look at the reflection. The Corse is beautiful. Yeah, I was saying I wanted the loudest and something that sounds very different, and that was the SC Projects exhaust. Absolutely love that exhaust. I still have that slip on. That's why we didn't put on in here. I was debating like putting the SC on here. I think it would have looked really good. But also a big part of why we changed the exhaust, yeah, it's not just to put it on my V4R, but also because since this is a rental, you know, you're not really supposed to have a loud exhaust system. An exhaust system is technically for race use only. So I didn't want one of you guys to rent it out and, you know, get pulled over and all that. So that is another reason, you know, for liability reasons. I was like, you know, it's nice to just have a bike that you can ride, is completely legal, and you can enjoy without getting bothered by the cops. And plus the Ducatis, like, they never had like a super, you know, nice unique tone, so I feel like it never needed an exhaust unless, you know, it's the SC. Like the Acro is mainly, I don't think it sounds that good at all. I think it's mainly for performance, because it is a full system and it is a $6,000 exhaust. You know, I feel like the V4R deserves it, since it's kind of the ultimate track bike and that exhaust was literally made for it. It was a pretty expensive job because it's insanely demanding, because literally the bike has to be like taken apart completely. But yeah, that's not the only thing we did. We actually took the bike in the first place to the shop to install a new chain on it, because the original chain that I bought it from was a little rusty. The dealership I got it from didn't really do an oil change on the bike, so, you know, I definitely needed an oil change. The other fluids were fine, like as you see here, the clutch and brake fluids are still good. But we, you know, we just did an extra safety full inspection on this bike just to make sure that, like, you know, it's in a clean condition and safe for everyone to ride. You know, check the tires, did everything on it pretty much. So, but yeah, it's such a pretty bike. I hope you all take care of it. Yeah, and also I did not want, you know, if something happened to the bike, I did not want that full Acro system to get damaged. So that's why I took it. I made a mistake in the first place. When I got rid of my V4S, my full Acro system back on that bike was actually not that bad. It was like barely scuffed up, but I ended up getting rid of it with the bike. I didn't like put the effort into taking it off or anything. So, you know, like I should have just kept it, because I don't know of the value of the exhaust and all that. But now that I've had the SC and I've had like a really loud exhaust for a while, and as much as I love that exhaust looks wise and everything, a lot of people are actually telling me that the Acro looks really good on my V4R, but I think that SC still looks a little bit better. But we did it for performance. We did it for the full exhaust system, full titanium exhaust system. It's supposedly still lighter, even though it's a dual head, but like the piping, all the stainless steel headers and all that swapped to the SC should have saved even more weight. So that's always good. Obviously, like now that I went to stock on this one gained some weight. I think it's like the full Acro system versus the stock system is about like 15 or 18 pounds different. So yeah, like it's a lot of weight that this bike gained. But as I said, this bike is already plenty powerful, and I think as a rental it's like more than enough already. So this bike is like absolutely butter smooth. That's like the best thing about it, and that's why like I thought it would be a cool addition to the super bike rental fleet. Hopefully we'll be getting like some other bikes if the business does well, and if not, I'll probably just sell the bikes and maybe get myself another personal bike, maybe, because I don't have room in the garage. I'm okay with leaving these at the shop because they're not my personal bikes, and it's much easier for you guys to just come rent it out from the shop since I have absolutely no more room in my garage, as you guys know and have seen. And it's running really good. You know, I'm not like beating on it, I'm not going hard, but I was curious because, you know, it did have the full exhaust system and the up map, and now it doesn't have the full exhaust system but still has that map. So I wonder if that affects it. I'll ask Troy from Brent Tuning and maybe get this bike tuned for, like, you know, a stock setup. So I'm pretty sure this bike has an air filter, so maybe get, like, you know, a tune, because the tune makes night and day difference. The exhaust is just kind of like a bonus almost. I did think about it a little bit. I mean, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. But I did think about the fact that maybe if the rental doesn't do well, instead of buying another bike or whatever for my personal use, make this one my track bike. The problem with this one, just like a lot of my other bikes, it is a rare bike since it's a Corse, so it kind of wouldn't make sense to use it for the track, because I would have to swap all the fairings, which isn't a big problem. But then the tank, you know, so like the tank wouldn't match, and if something happened to the tank, you know what I mean, the bike has value because, you know, it's a Corse, so I don't want to take away from that value. So maybe if the business doesn't do well, we'll get rid of it or something like that. But yeah, we'll figure that out later when we see, like 2-3 months probably, see how the business is doing, and from there we can go. This is regular shifting, so I gotta get used to it. Kind of forgot how to shift. Okay, we're going down. Oh my god, that was almost bad. I almost blew this engine up. Oh my god. Oh, getting down from the wheelie, like almost redlining second gear, and instead of shifting up, I shifted down back to first. This is why I hate switching back and forth from GP shift to regular shifting. This is the only bike that I have that is regular shifting right now. But yeah, this bike, I mean, that was really smooth. A second gear wheelie. But yeah, I mean, the bike runs really, really good. I will definitely ask Troy from Brent Tuning, because, you know, we want the engine to be healthy. But just based on that little wheelie and all, the bike is very, very smooth. The power feels like, you know, good, not jumpy, nothing's wrong with it. I am keeping the, you know, adjustable rear sets on it. I am keeping, like, pretty much everything else. I might add another mirror on this side instead of the lever guard. I thought about taking the master cylinder and putting it on some other bike because it's really nice, but I don't know, it's kind of nice, like, for you guys to experience too, like these high-end master cylinders. And I also don't know which bike I want to put it on, because on my V4R, like, with that one, it's more like feel than performance. I'm not going to be using the Canyon or the Traxxas. My V4R is at this point a show bike, since it's full carbon and has a lot of, like, really fancy parts. Stretch boosters. How you doing, man?
Perfect time.
Yeah.
Thinking about like what can we call you now that you have a Duke? I was like, is it K-A-Y-T-M? K-A-T-M?
Oh, I got it now. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, I mean, it's A, the KTM, first letter of my name, so.
That's right.
That bike is a lot of fun. I truly enjoy riding it.
The Super Duke?
Yeah. So we're gonna be.
I know that rides them, they love them.
Yeah. It's just so different, dude. The twin cylinder engine is, like, really different. I don't know what about it. It just has so much character, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of my bikes, like, ride very similar. These ones ride different, but, like, they're also, like, very powerful, you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely, like, too much for the road to actually enjoy. But the Duke, I can just, like, you know, like, hammer it, like, you know, the red line is at, like, 10.5. So
really get these bikes to rev up, like all the inline fours to really get their power, so it's high speed.
Exactly. Like, they live in high speeds.
Twin, it's like, it's just there.
Yeah. It's even 6th gear. It just kind of, like, goes, and that's not even tuned yet. So I'm excited. I think next week I'll be tuning that, the Super Duke. So it should be fun.
It's gonna wake up, dude.
I know. I'm excited. It's already great. It's like the kind of my daily right now. I'm, like, riding it whenever, like, you know, I don't have to do something, just ride around. It's kind of like the daily. It's, like, perfect for that.
You up, right? It's actually, like, comfortable. So you said it's the most comfortable.
It's the most comfortable for sure, because it's the most upright. My Rush is, like, it has clip-ons. It's pretty much just like this. Yeah. It's just a little bit more, like, shorter, so it's a bit more upright, but still it's very bumpy, and, like, it's not a smooth bike at all. The M1000R is really smooth. Huh?
I was gonna say, even the R?
The M1000R is, because it's like, it's an M, I think it does feel more racy. You know what I mean? So it's smoother for sure. Like, that bike is better than Duke in every way possible, but it's BMW. You can't really compare, you know what I mean? That bike is just has the best technology, period. But it's not fun. The M1000 Single R is just like, you know, it does everything right, but like it doesn't give you that, like, you know, character that like the Super Duke has and stuff like that. So I definitely enjoy riding the Super Duke more than the R, which I even did a vote on Instagram, and I was surprised, bro. Like, the M1000 Single R is $12,000 more than the Super Duke, and the votes were like 51 to 49. Like, the M1000 Single R beat it by 1%.
Yeah, it's probably just because of its rarity. It's probably just because of like how
I mean, it's a BMW. The BMW fan base is like really hard, but that shows that like, there's a fan base for the Super Duke. I mean, that's why I got it too.
I personally, I think the Duke looks better for, like, I think it's the best looking super naked. Well, I like the Street Fighter S.
Hyper naked. Technically, those are like the hyper nakeds.
Yeah, I think the Duke is one of the best looking ones. They've really refined that design.
I think
the litiges, it's just opinion based, but the trellis frame, kind of like how like the tubular frame, frame, on some of their earlier models, they actually had like that more exposed on their suffering.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah. I think the Resh is still my favorite looking one. That's why I got it.
But it's like comparing like a Corvette to like an exotic or something. You know?
That is true. The Rush is more than double the price of the Super Duke, so it makes sense. But that's like, that bike looks too good.
The Rush
It's
is just wild looking.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the bike they got? It's the Rush.
The Nürburgring.
Yeah.
Yeah, the track version. I don't really. The Nürburgring is just, you know, MVs well or not.
Really, I know like the F3 and the F4 pretty much.
So the Brutale is like their standard, kind of like an S1000R, right? The M1000R, you know, it still has the same body pretty much. So that's what the Nürburgring is. It's pretty much the exact same body, headlights, tail lights, as the Brutale, which is their kind of based naked bike. But it's like kind of like full exhaust system, carbon wheels, more carbon, you know what I mean? But everything else is the same, just, you know, lighter and more powerful for the track. But the Rush is completely different. Like, it's the only one with that tail design and with the new headlight. Like, the body's like just completely different than the other ones, and that's why I like it, because it's.
And the Nürburgring is that's like a step off of the Rush, right?
It depends, because they're actually the exact same price. Both of them are exactly $45,000.
Same bike?
Huh?
They're not the same bikes though?
No, they're not.
Huh.
Yeah, they're pretty. The Nürburgring is kind of like, the Rush is like their top bike, period, you know what I mean, if that makes sense, like the top kind of like luxury bike. The Nürburgring is like their top track bike. So it was, you know, yeah, the Rush is literally like, it's just like a pretty bike to look at, but it still has the power and everything.
Last time that Dylan was here, they took the Nürburgring out. I think it was Hayden was riding it. And so I got to kind of like ride with them today and just kind of, and that thing just sounds just so cool.
Yeah, it's super loud. So everything is the same. I have the SC slip-on it. So I'm just waiting. I'm going to fabricate a decat system for the Rush because nobody else makes it.
So the Nürburgring doesn't have, it's decatted already, right? Because it comes with an arrow?
The Nürburgring comes stock with like the full arrow system.
Yeah.
So that's the nice thing about it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's crazy. But yeah, so.
I like this bike a lot. When I rode with, was it Ryan? Ryan that rented it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, last weekend.
We
rode around like all day.
Yeah.
Really sweet bike, dude.
Yeah.
I like the matte. I like the color scheme on it.
I know, it's definitely very clean and special. Hopefully no one messes it up.
The Corse either.
Huh?
I've never seen the Corse version of it.
I've seen it before. It's not like my favorite. I like the regular red better. But like, this is cool because it's different. I don't know how I feel about like the livery itself. I like the matte finish, but I don't know how I feel about like the silver and all of that, you know?
I like the blue.
The blue's nice.
Like a Captain America vibe or something.
That's very true. Yeah, that's very true. But yeah, I like the slimmer body. They feel very different than the newer ones.
Really? So what year did they change the body?
2020.
Went with like the louvers, right?
Yeah, so my V4R, you see how it has like more vents, it's wider, it has the wings and all of that. They definitely feel a little different. This one is like so slim, you feel like it's pretty much like the body of the V2 now.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty different. I don't know, like if riding wise, I definitely feel a little bit of a difference, maybe because of the wings. I don't know, but there's a lot of factors, you know what I mean, like because this one does have electronic suspension. My R is like just yeah. So a lot of factors could make it feel different, but it just gives you, I feel like, more confidence because it's a slimmer bike. It's not as big.
Was it 22 where they changed the fairings a little bit? They put the more louvers, right?
So there's 18, 19 is this body, 20, 21, 22 is 20 and 21 is the V4R body that I have. So it has like a couple vents here and the wings, and it's wider.
Did they put like extra vents here?
That's on the 2023, the newest model. So they did that, and they slightly changed the tank, and that's pretty much it. And the wing. Huh?
Remember the Italian guy that we rode?
Yeah, that's his bike.
That one, right?
He had the newest one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to figure, because I remember I rode with him a lot, so I saw that bike a lot, and I was like,
yeah.
And I remember you talking like you wanted to actually put the newer fairings on.
I did. So just the belly, not the rest. I actually like the older wing better. Like the wing I have is beefier. The new wing is like very skinny. Right. So I kept that, and I did the new upgraded belly pan with the extra vents and all that on my R. Okay. So my R is like a hybrid of everything.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You kind of keep advancing it with like the design changes.
Yeah, it's pretty maxed out at this point. There's still a few more stuff I can do to it, but looks wise, I think it's maxed out.
Well, it's a great. I mean, even the stock one, they're just such great looking bikes.
Like even this one, like I was like, nobody needs the full exhaust system to rent. You know what I mean? This bike is already so fast and powerful.
Was Ryan the last guy to ride it like that?
No. On my meet, someone rented it out actually.
Okay.
So yeah, and he rode with us at the meet.
Okay.
So 2 people rented it out already with the acro system, and now plus for liability reasons, because you know cops can pull you over for an exhaust. Yeah. This is just safer. This is stock. This is technically legal because it has this mirror, but I have the other side mirror, so I'll probably put that as well. Yeah. So you know it's safe for people that want to rent it out and all that. It's like safe, and you know you can ride with peace of mind.
Yeah. Both of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very worried that someone's gonna mess up that $6,000 exhaust system. So now that it's on my R, I feel a little bit better. Yeah, but I'll still keep those nice rear sets on it. They're pretty nice machine. I've never seen that brand before, but they look really well made. And I'll most likely also keep the upgrade master cylinders on it as well, because it does add to the feel of it.
Did you bring it back from Osimoto?
Huh?
Did you bring it back from Osimoto?
Yeah. The service. Alright, I think I talked to Troy. He should be on his way. He's coming from San Diego, so we're just waiting on him. I'll double check and see how far he is. But, yeah. Pause this video here, and then I'll film again for the second video when we ride. I'll be riding the M1000 single R in the next. Yeah, it definitely needs detail. Especially after all that. I can't believe that's chain lube. That's crazy. I've never seen this amount of chain lube ever before.
Yeah. Especially if it's brand new, because they lube them from the factory.
Yeah.
So they literally sit in grease until you take them out.
I see.
You literally have to clean them pretty deeply to get a lot of that out. But
yeah.
That's usually just initial. It'll probably have a little residual, and then it'll kind of go away.
Yeah.
Every time I do mine, it sprays up all in the tail, everything. I'm like. At least
it's a mess. Yeah, at least it's not like something bad. At first I was like, because I didn't register in my head that all of this this is a lot for chain lube. You know, usually it's like some spots, like some splatter, but not like this. Looks like a full-on like leak.
Yeah, that's a lot though.
All right, I'm gonna take off the helmet. So drop a like, subscribe, and next video, yeah, we'll be racing the my M1000R tuned versus Troy's M1000R stock. So as soon as he gets here, that's what we're doing. Should be fun. See the difference between, because they're both bone stock. One is tuned, one is not. So that'll be fun. It's probably actually going to be posted before this video, so never mind. Not the next one for you guys. All right, bye.